NUDC Rayon Kediri 2019. In opening government, we have Alima Surabaya with Yunus as Prime Minister, Dian as Deputy Prime Minister. In opening opposition, we have Dikom Surabaya, Zaki as Leader of Opposition, and Jonathan as Deputy Leader of Opposition. In closing government, we have Bingeni Madiun, Nisa as Member of Government, and April as the Government Whip. In closing opposition, we have Bingeni Jombang Julia as Member of Opposition, and Rahita as Opposition Whip. Judging this round will be Rizal Huda, will be Chair of Adjudicator, and Jessica Bella, Gianoli, Leita, Lady Landry, Zainal, and Edcon will as panel. To open the case of opening debate, we call on Prime Minister.
So, under the motion, this House, as a feminist, would reject or condemn any laws created specifically in the name of women's safety or protection. We, from the government, proudly present our argument right here. So, first of all, we will need to define this kind of motion first. So, women in here, as a feminist, because as feminists, our subject is women. Women in here, as we all know, that woman itself is a human and have the same right to get with the man was. So we have already know that most of law didn't say about man and woman, but as a human, as one unity. So in order to protect our women, or make sure the safety of women itself, it's sometimes leading into the misunderstanding of women's capability or the ability of the women to keep being productive in their life by doing something. So by that misunderstanding, we believe that sometimes any laws created specifically in women's safety or protection leading to the misunderstanding that we've got a logical thinking if actually the capability of women to do something is really low. So protecting women in here as a feminist in here, it means we ensure the safety of women while getting their right by not limiting or disrespect about the women's ability and the capability of doing something. So in here, besides that thing, we believe that that should be leading in a differentiation between men and women things. As we all know in this era that in the social laws or maybe social mindset that actually women cannot do some thing that men can do it. For example, a job. In here we believe that actually for a woman to being a soldier or to being to joining an army, it's something that really weird or strange or something like that. So in here, it leads to discrimination to a woman, and it just like women feel so weak. So in here, we believe that as a feminist, women have the exact same right and chance to do that, just like the men should do. And for the example again, we have already believed that because women cannot do the job as a soldier because there are any kinds of specific laws in here that we have already know that bordering the women's flexibility to doing something. So laws in here itself, it could be some social laws or some official laws that has been believed and has been being a mindset in our beliefness. So there are two statements that I want to deliver right here. So the first thing why we reject this kind of law is because this law actually border out or limits women's flexibility to get their right. For example, so do you believe right here that women actually cannot be a soldier? What kind of rights that women cannot be a soldier? But right here, as we all know, and we've just have education in, for example, in the Naval Academy itself, we have already know that kind of two words right here. That's Taruna and Taruni. So there are a lot of things that maybe we can think men can do it, but women cannot do it, and then women can do it, but men cannot do it. So in example right here, we believe that women itself have characterization in itself to be more specific, to be more detailed about doing something rather than men. We believe that since our kind of standardized planning right now. So that's the first statement, and then the second statement is why we reject that kind of thing, because we believe this kind of law just limit up women's productivity in order to improve their life, and in here we believe that every human has their own rights to be productive in their life as they want. For example, there are women that really be productive, that can be do a weightlifting, and that can be really can do that kind of soldier thing. And we are already knowing here that women something can be it is like we decreasing or lowering the woman's productivity, but we have already know that human in itself has a right to be productive in their life, such as every human get the right to get a job. That's we have already know in our state itself. So in here, we as feminists, we believe that we don't need that kind of law, or we rejecting that law that could specifically lowering or decreasing the woman's right about their life. Thank you. That's from me.
Thank you for your speech. Professors, 5 minutes and 43 seconds. 5 minutes and 43 seconds. To open the case of opposition, when first call for leader of opposition, Mr. Zagin, time is yours.
Good evening. Before I go into my debate, I'm going to explain what's this motion. So this motion is this House, as a feminist, will reject / condemn any law, specifically in the name of women's safety and protection. So, moving on, I'm going to my rebuttal. First is what I got from the government side was they failed to define what is the feminist is. And also, what I got in here, they're discussing more about the rights of the woman in the society, rather the law and protection of the woman, and so on and so forth. Also, they stated this kind of limiting things, especially rejecting women to be the soldier. It's kind of limiting the capability of the woman itself to being a soldier, and for example, being a mechanic, because that thing was related to men's work. But in here, we're more discussing about the law rather than the position of this rights in the society, the woman rights in the society at the first place. So I'm going to give, and also they didn't give the structured status quo